Right, let's have a bit of a chat then. Okay, so since I did the Christmas run and I posted my last video, lots of things have happened since then. I've been in for heart surgery. I've had an aneurysm, blocked off with a stent, and they've blocked off one of the arteries up to the brain. So everything's been a little bit more difficult since Christmas, basically. I'm a little bit more vacant than I used to be. I used to be vacant before, but it's even worse now. I've had a complete change of outlook on life and plan. I've given up work, so I can plan to enjoy myself, really. I've got rid of my motorcycles and bought myself a Swiss Army knife of a motorcycle, which will show you in due course. You can see the luggage behind me, which came with the bike. I had excellent service when I bought the bike. I bought the bike from Bridge in Exeter. I chose a Tiger 1200, even though I've got a little short legs. I can manage to sort of get on with it reasonably well. The reason why I got rid of the other bikes were I wasn't sure if I was going to come out of the operation with any sort of form of clarity or any sense. I thought I was going to end up having a stroke, to be honest. So I got rid of the other bikes before the operation, and then after I came back from the operation, I thought to myself, do you know what, I'm reasonably well. They gave me permission to ride and drive, so looking forward to this year, 2026. It's now February, I think it's February the 19th now, so it's taken me a little while to get over it and recover a little bit. But I'm doing fine. I'm doing far better than I thought I was going to do. And the reason why I made this little video now is my grandson Jacob, he said to me, "Grandad, you haven't made any videos. You need to make a video so I can watch it." So I've done this specifically for Jacob because he asked me to. So Tiger 1200, why did I choose a Tiger 1200 and what have I done to it? So the first thing I did with the Tiger 1200 when I got it was I went down to Bridge, tried 6 or 7 different motorbikes. I was looking for a general purpose one to go on a European trip with for this year. I didn't think the Bonneville was up to it. I didn't really fancy riding the Bonneville all around Europe, although it was a perfectly good bike for it. And the Triumph Tiger went to a good friend of mine, so that had gone. So I bought the Tiger 1200 rather than the Tiger 800 I had before. It's a bit more of a bigger beast, newer obviously, so therefore all the running of it is going to be cheaper, as in breakdown insurance, because it's a newer bike. Instead of being a 13 plate, it's now a 20 plate. So that's why I've got that. What I do to it, I lowered the seat, bought a lower seat for it, and the seat was an unheated seat, so I took the heating pad out of the original seat and swapped it over and put it into the low seat. So that's all working now. I've fitted upper crash bars to it, because at some point I'm bound to drop the thing. I just want to protect as much as I could. The luggage I've taken off and put behind me, and I've put on light luggage just for normal riding, some soft bags on there basically, so I can just ride it around until I decided to go away. And I raised the handlebars and moved the handlebars back towards me because I had a bit of backache when I rode it back. I thought to myself, well, I need to adjust that situation before I start doing a European trip on it. Unfortunately, when I pulled the handlebars up and back, I tweaked some of the wires going into the handlebars assembly on both sides, and the bike decided to stop working completely. It wouldn't turn on or anything. It's got a keyless ignition on it. Had a friend Jason come down from up the road who said, "Oh, your throttle wire is poking out," so we pushed that back in again, which fired the screen display up, but I couldn't get the thing to work at all. So within 4 days of receiving the bike, I was back down at Bridge with the bike on a trailer, and they took it into their workshop on a Saturday lunchtime and rang me up sort of 11 o'clock on a Monday morning, said they fixed it. And basically they've gone through the whole bike and put it back straight again, reset the ECU. I've had a sat nav fitted onto it, Garmin XT2 I put on the thing, and they've spliced all the wires in properly and soldiered all the wires in, so the bike doesn't need touching from my point of view anymore, unless I fancy doing something else to it. But the way it's gone so far with the modern electronic bikes, I think I'll better just leave it alone. I think I bought myself a new helmet. I've got a helmet up here somewhere, a Scorpion. That'll be for the trip, and the plan of this trip is to eventually, hello, the camera's gone off, Why is the camera off? I think it's still working, it's flashing red. Anyway, the idea of this trip is to go and visit my friend's grave in Poland, who unfortunately died 2 years ago of a brain tumour. Very, very good friend. And I just want to go and visit his grave. So it's a 1,500 mile trip there and back. So it's 3,000 miles there, 1,500 mile there, 1,500 mile back, in a straight line if I ride it straight to it and straight back again. So I think to myself, the best thing I can do is to make it a bit more of a holiday, as soon as I'm not working now, and make a sort of a round robin trip. So the idea is to head across to France, go down to the French Alps, perhaps across to Lake Como, Venice, up to Austria, Slovakia, over to Poland to see his grave, spend a couple of days there with his family, and then ride back through sort of Germany, Belgium, home again. Should be about perhaps 5,500 miles all round, and I think it will take me probably 6 weeks. I'm not going to push it with this stent put in where they block the brain off. I'm just going to take it easy. But so before then and now, I want to do a few camping trips, so I'll put a few blogs up and just see if I can camp. If I can camp, the idea is I can camp and hotel it around. If for some reason I can't physically do the camping side of it, due to the health side, then I will have to hotel it around. Looking at everyone on Facebook that's doing their blogs and these rides and everything, and basically I'm just doing this for myself, so this is for the family, so if something happens to me in the future, they've got something to look back on. This is the whole idea of it. I said at the beginning, I'm not doing this for public consumption, this is just for me, the family, and just to build memories really for myself. I've got memories of my friend that died in Poland. We went down to the Pyrenees together, and I've got videos of him on another channel, but there isn't any microphone on that, so there's no speaking. It's just me and him riding around on it. He was on a Goldwing and I was on a Victory. So I know the power of building memories and making videos just for your own personal use, for memories for the family. So that's why I'm doing it. So what I'll do is I'll stop this video here now in the shed, and we'll go into the garage and I'll show you the bike quickly. Okay, so now I'm in the garage. This show you the bike. This is the bike. It's a Tiger 1200, and I've put the handlebar risers here, which I think they're 20mm up and 30mm back, I think, or 30mm up and 20mm back. I'll put the tank bag ring on. I've lowered the seat. You can see the outline of the heating pad where I've stuffed the heating pad in. I've just put some light Lomo luggage on the back, just for everyday riding. Toolkit on the front of the crash bars, fitted these crash bars onto it. Obviously being in the garage, I've got light locks, cables around it, and a disc lock on it. It's absolutely filthy because I rode it back on Wednesday. It's Friday now, so I rode it back on Wednesday from Exeter and Bridge. I was wearing a jacket, a Heliite jacket, but I found that too heavy in the summertime. So I've gone for a Heliite vest here and various jackets of different thicknesses. So I've got a winter jacket here, I've got a lightweight summer jacket, I've got a mesh jacket here. Helmets, I was going to wear this helmet, the Shoei, which is fine, but I decided to go for an adventure helmet, type helmet, to match the bike. Everyone seems to be sort of using that sort of helmet on everything. The only thing is, when I was going to use the Shoei, I got no way of fixing the camera on it, apart putting it on top of everything. So I bought this neck strap. So if I decide to use the Shoei, I can wear a neck strap and hang the camera around my neck. But I have put a camera mount onto the Scorpion. So between the two of them, I can walk around with the neck strap on, and I've got the helmet mount on there, and I've got the DJI sound system on board. So that's the bike. It's absolutely enormous. I'm 5'8" with a 27-inch leg, really long body, so I've had to lower the seat down to a low seat, and also I've had to tweak the suspension, electronic suspension, put it into a rider mode, which lowers it by another 20mm. All that stuff's online. You can find everything online that you need to find. And obviously the luggage will all fit on the bike when I decide to go away. So let's have a little talk about my route then. Let's stop this video here and I'll put it back on again in a minute. Okay, so sitting down at the map, the first thing I did was I made a little ruler off of the Legend and put it into 100-mile segments. So the maximum I think I'll ride in a day is 200 miles. I live here. Let's see if we can get a better picture. I live here in the southwest of Dorset. And the idea is to get the ferry across to Cherbourg. I broke it up into nights, sort of. The ferry arrives in the afternoon, so it's come down to sort of just down by Saint Montmichel, somewhere in that area. I want to go down to Nantes to visit the mechanical museum with the mechanical elephant, and then basically just work my way across to the sort of the French Alps sort of area, go across to Lake Como, Venice, and then up to the Grosslochner Pass, across to Slovakia, over to eastern Poland, which is over this area. I can't pronounce the name, it's Slovana Waller, I think it's called. This is Ukraine here. I don't want to be going into anywhere in Ukraine, but I'm going to there. And then basically just back. So it's basically a circle. And if at any of that point I feel like I can't make the circle, I can head home. I could fly across to my friend's grave and visit for £49 from Bristol Airport and fly direct across and straight back. So just catch the plane, go straight across, £49, stay there for a week, and then fly back for £49. But I just want to make the most of the time I've got left and enjoy myself. So the idea is to make it a round robin trip. Never done anything as big before. I've been down to the Pyrenees before. I've caught the ferry down to Bilbao, gone to Pamplona, spent a couple of weeks here. That's the trip I did with my friend before he passed away, around here. And I did the trip again with another group from the IAMS group in Dorchester. My little brother, and we came down to exactly the same holiday, basically, but stayed around here. So I've done that trip before. I've been to Cologne in Germany a few times. My brother was stationed in Germany in the army. He's got a son near Cologne, so I'll be spending a bit of time there on the way back. So it's basically a loop round, see my friend's grave, visit his family, come back to sort of Cologne area, old place called Altona actually, stay there for a couple of days, visit my nephew, and then head back. So I'll be going into France through Cherbourg and back through Calais. And the idea is not to book anything in advance. That's what they seem to do. Everyone seems to do. I'll probably book the first 2 nights, and then from there I'll be able to take it on board and go around, see how it goes, basically. Okay, we'll talk more about planning at a later date, but it's early days yet. I've just come out of the operation about a week and a half ago. A little bit vacant at the moment where they've blocked this artery off to the brain, so it's just a question of, let's turn this camera around, just a question of making do what I can, the best I can, really. Yeah, so a few trial trips out on the bike. I bought a TP tent so I can climb up the pole in the middle to stand up, because I have trouble getting up off the ground. See how it goes, and if it doesn't work out that I can't camp, then I'll hotel the whole way. But if I can camp, then I'll split the mixture up between the hotels and camping, sort of wherever I get to. And each night I can either choose a hotel, I can choose a campsite and take it easy. But a couple of 100 miles a day is most. I'm not in a hurry to get round and back. Obviously, it's 90 days you can spend in Europe. And the plan is, I would say, maximum 6 weeks. Planning at 200 miles a day to get around, to get to there's 13 days. I think I'm going to take 21 days and just take it easy, basically, and then come back. The only downside is that I'll be leaving the wife for a few weeks. Don't know how I'm going to cope with that, really. So, because she's looked after me so well, and I think the world of her, but it's just something I need to do for myself. So we'll see how it goes. So next video will be probably either planning or it'll be a camping trip when the weather, because at the moment it's February, so it's absolutely tipping down with rain outside here. So when the weather gets a little bit better, perhaps I'll get a few weekends camping in, perhaps 3 or 4 nights, and just try it out and see how I get on, and then we'll take it from there. But so this is for Jacob. Jacob, you asked me to make you a video, So this is for you. Okay, bye bye.